You don't stay stuck because you're incapable. You stay stuck because you're comfortable. And comfort is dangerous. Not the obvious kind, not luxury or success, the quiet comfort that feels harmless, the comfort of routines that never challenge you, the comfort of excuses that protect your ego, the comfort of staying exactly where you are. Because comfort has a hidden rule. The longer you live inside it, the harder it becomes to leave. Most people believe progress requires motivation, but that's not the real problem. The real problem is comfort, slowly training your mind to avoid discomfort at all costs. And growth only exists on the other side of discomfort. Think about your daily life, your habits, your schedule, your decisions. How many of them are designed to challenge you? And how many are designed to keep things easy? Scrolling is easy. Watching another video is easy. Putting things off until tomorrow is easy. Comfort rewards you immediately. Growth does not. Growth asks for effort, focus, patience, and your brain is wired to choose the easier path. Not because you're weak, because your brain is efficient. It constantly searches for the path that requires the least energy. So if your life is built around convenience, your brain adapts to convenience. If your days are filled with comfort, discomfort begins to feel wrong. This is how people slowly drift into stagnation, not through failure, through comfort. You stop pushing yourself just a little less each day. You stop taking risks just a little more often. You stop challenging your limits. And eventually, the life you once wanted starts feeling unrealistic. But nothing dramatic happened. No disaster, no collapse, just comfort. Comfort makes you feel safe. It tells you things are fine. It whispers that you can start tomorrow. But tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next year. And suddenly time has passed and nothing changed. This is the silent trap. Comfort doesn't destroy your life overnight. It slowly erodes your ambition. It softens your standards. It lowers your expectations until the life you once imagined feels distant. And the worst part is, comfort rarely feels like a problem. It feels normal because everyone around you is living the same way, the same routines, the same distractions, the same excuses. And when everyone around you is comfortable, comfort becomes the standard. But the people who move forward live by a different rule. They don't chase comfort. They train themselves to tolerate discomfort because discomfort is where growth lives. Discomfort forces you to learn. Discomfort forces you to adapt. Discomfort forces you to become stronger. Every difficult workout, every hard conversation, every moment where you choose effort over ease, that's where change begins. But most people avoid those moments, not intentionally, just instinctively, because the mind constantly tries to return to what feels safe. And safe usually means familiar, even if familiar is holding you back. This is why some people stay stuck in the same patterns for years, not because they lack potential, because they never leave the comfort zone that surrounds their life. Comfort becomes the cage, and the cage is invisible. You wake up, follow the same routine, consume the same distractions, think the same thoughts, and repeat the same day again tomorrow. And slowly, your identity adapts to that environment. You stop seeing yourself as someone who pushes limits. You begin seeing yourself as someone who stays where it's safe. But identity is powerful. Once you believe something about yourself, your actions follow it. If you believe you avoid difficulty, you will. If you believe you challenge yourself, you will. The difference begins with the environments and habits you accept. Comfort teaches you to settle. Growth teaches you to expand. Comfort shrinks your world. Growth expands it. And the people who build extraordinary lives understand something simple. They treat comfort like a warning sign. If something feels too easy, too predictable, too familiar, they question it because comfort can quietly become stagnation. The truth is uncomfortable. Your potential doesn't disappear, it waits. It waits behind the things you avoid, behind the difficult tasks, behind the risks you hesitate to take, behind the effort that feels inconvenient. That's where the next version of you exists, not in comfort, but beyond it. The life you want will never be built inside the same patterns that keep you stuck. Something has to change. A harder routine, a higher standard, a willingness to choose effort when comfort is easier. Because the moment you start choosing discomfort intentionally, your life begins to move again. Progress returns, momentum returns. And slowly the person you thought you lost begins to reappear. But most people never reach that moment. They remain where it feels safe, where nothing hurts, where nothing changes. So ask yourself something honest. Is your life limited by your ability or by the comfort you refuse to leave? Because the difference between an average life and an extraordinary one is often simple. One group chases comfort, the other group grows beyond it. And if this perspective challenged the way you think, subscribe, because the next video might challenge the way you live.